are some things that we should be really.
And we are back. And like what you saw, 1437 yung ating commercial.
Tumama,
sumakto.
With our hanging question earlier, ang second topic natin for this day's duel is, are TNC's chances better without 1437? So again, I'm with Pau and Ren.
Baliktad.
Simulan natin ngayon.
Ayan.
Ay, Pau and Ren.
Yan.
Simulan natin ngayon on the other side. Okay?
Kabila naman
So,
tayo.
Ren, ang topic natin, TNC's better chances ba without 1437? Anong take mo on that one?
Sige. So, introduction. I think TNC does not need a lot of introduction, diba? Of course, we know them from their runs at the I6, wherein they probably have one of the biggest upset in the history of Dota.
Tinapos nila yung pangarap ng OG.
Tinapos sila ang pangarap ng OG, which was...
4-time major winner, you were out.
At that time, they were the real favorites, actually.
Diba,
Two-time nung panahon na yun.
Two-time.
Okay, so, nagkaroon sila ng konting whirlwind of roster changes after that. But then, talagang pumasok sila sa mainstream attention when they won WESG noong January of 2017, I think.
17.
I think it's more than the first place, pero nakakuha namin same attention was the prize money that they won. 800,000 USD. And at that time, every major, even outlets, media outlets sa mga Philippines are reporting them. And I think that was one of the time that people are really starting to take esports and Dota specifically seriously. But then after that, nagkaroon sila ng similar problems.
Yeah.
Until May, wherein they added 1437. That was after mga ilang disasters na nangyari sa kanila. Meron silang natalo sila sa qualifiers ng Kiev Major.
Okay.
Nakatalo sa kanila is Faceless, which at that time, yung tumatalo sa lahat ng Southeast Asian team.
Yeah.
They also failed to qualify sa Manila Masters. Sa sobrang gulo ng roster nila, nag-forfeit din sila sa Epicenter, I think. Epicenter qualifier.
They gave it out instead of fighting Clutch Gamers.
So, they added 147 after that. And the thing is, after they added 147, within 2 weeks, they were playing in the Star Ladder I-League, China. And they finished second place versus Liquid. Liquid, of course, now we know in hindsight, Liquid won TI a few months after that. Bago sila makapunta sa finals, they defeated Newbie 2-0.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Which
it.
then, a few months after that, Newbie ended up as the runner-up in TI. So, basically, nangyari after they added 1437, instant ang kanilang
Success.
improvement. Parang na-buff sila bigla. Bilang, contender na kami bigla. We're here. They qualified sa TI7. It was a good run. But unfortunately, it was the other way around naman versus OG. They lost the series. They finished between 9-12. And since then, yung kanilang performance medyo on and off. They're winning some qualifiers. They're losing some. But I think many would agree that mas mataas yung expectations sa kanila considering what they were giving out.
Yeah.
So from that moment, nung natanggal si 147 last January, he was removed soon after they were eliminated sa ESL Genting. Tinanggal siya during the tournament. So if you guys are not aware, during sa kanilang autograph signing, 4 na players lang ang TNC because 147 had to go home. So now, yung tanong natin, balik tayo, is TNC's chances better without 1437? So ang tanong ko dito, what chances ba are we talking about? Is this for TI? Or is it for their just the team track in general? Kasi I think with 1437, that was their best stretch of Dota or performances as far as finishes are concerned. On the other hand, one could say na this is the time na pinakamarami ring opportunities. But again, they were really delivering at that time. In that sense, I guess they can be better. Kasi ngayon mas baba expectation sa kanila eh.
Yeah.
They switch roles, all Filipino roster. And then, yung nangyari sa roster change nila, kunyari, I'll take that in a vacuum na they switched Kuku as a captain sa 5.
Sa 5th position,
And then they added a new mid player. So their mid player now, si Armel, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Alam ko malitang sample size natin, but currently has a 50% win rate with the team. That's in 30 games. So that's considerably lower than what Kuku and 147 had before. The thing is, si Armel in the beginning was not naman a high percentage player to high winning percentage player. I think nasa 47% ang kanyang average considering his stints at CG
Clutch gamers, yeah.
and ACA. Pwede mo sabihin na mas mahina ang team nila overall, but at the same time, mas mahina rin naman yung kanilang competition overall. Pero, again, that's in the sense of just performing generally. But in the sense of a deep TI run, right now, I don't think you can say that it's better for them.
So, TI-wise, it's not a better chance for TNC without 1437.
Yes, I'm not saying that yung replacement nila ngayon, kunya specifically Armel is bad.
On paper. On paper lang na it's not better without 1437 in it.
Yes, yung TI run nila.
Pero syempre, it will also depend on them.
Yes, again, it's a famous mantra na winning solves everything.
Yeah.
If you have a problem, wala kang tiwala, pag nanalo ka,
Yeah.
you're suddenly good. But if you don't lose kahit anong gawin mo, it's not working for you.
So, moving on, Pau, ikaw naman, anong take mo sa ating topic?
I think naniniwala ako sa sinasabi ni Ren dito eh. I mean, on one hand, hindi mo makapagkaila yung naiambag ni 1437 sa team na to. Okay? For a lot of the times in the history of Filipino Dota, there's always been one thing that's always missing. It's the shot calling. Just think back sa Filipino Dota. Sino ba yung kilala nyong world-class na position 5 or captain? Wala ka masyadong makikita. The only people that are still here na world-class na position 5 is maybe si Kimo and si Fly Solo.
Ninja Boogie.
Ninja Boogie is a 4. He doesn't really
Nag-adjust
lead
sa
the
5.
team. And he doesn't really lead the team. The teams that he's on, he's not really the primary shot caller.
Okay.
Hindi siya yung captain. He used to be a captain, especially earlier sa career niya.
Pero carry siya ron.
Pero carry pa siya noon.
Oh,
Plus,
carry siya
it
nun,
was Dota 1 Hon, early Dota 2 na face. I mean, ang nickname ni Ninja Boogie sa Cebu is still Captain.
Captain Mike.
Captain Mike pa rin,
Captain
diba?
Mike.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying na he can't be a captain. I'm saying right now, kung nasan tayo sa mundo, wala tayong masyadong Dota 2 player sa Pilipinas na position 5 or na captain level for world class. That's just a fact. Kahit sinong team ngayon, and I encourage anyone who's trying to even form a team, subukan nyo maghanap ng roster of players na Pilipino lahat, na tapos yung position 5 yung hahanapin nyo. Marami kayong mahanap na 1 and 2. Mahanap kayong position 3. Siguro mahihirapan kayo sa 4, pero 5 is almost impossible para maghanap. Diba? Kaya marami nagtatanong, ba't yung mga teams palagi nagro-roll swap? And it's always between the supports. Diba? Now, that being said, why did I bring that up? Again, I will not discount yung sinabi ni Ren. Totoo yun. Nararamdaman ko talaga na sobrang daming inambag ni 1437 for this TNC roster. Again, if we go back to the stats, and I think we can show you the stats over here. Right now, TNC is sitting at a 50% win rate since moving Armel into the main roster. Right? 7-5 in series. They're winning a lot more on the Radiant. They're really losing a lot on the Dire side. Bakit natin binring up to? Because even with their 50% win rate, you can see that TNC right now is just operating on a single strategy. It's 4+1. Armel is on an invoker strategy or whatever strategy na malayo siya, and then the rest of TNC are just going around the map killing people. And that's TNC's number 1 bread and butter. Diba? When you look at that, sometimes you have to look at a team and say, a team sometimes does not need so much in terms of kailangan meron tayo natutunan dito, ganyan. Sometimes it's better na meron kang isang suntok that you've perfected, and that's going to bring you success. So again, I think the 1437 has brought a lot to TNC in terms of teaching them how to play the game.
But now,
I think it's not the time for TNC to just go again. Meron tayong strat na to, meron tayong strat na ganito. Because TNC is losing the execution battle against everyone else in SEA. And right now, it's time to stick back to ano yung kaya nilang gawin really, really well. Back in 2017, TNC, before 1437's era, they were coached by Kips. And I will argue that during that time, mas maganda yung trajectory nila than just 1437. Because for a lot of the things na sinabi ni Ren, na ganito yung naging epekto nung pagpasok ni 1437, it was also because Kips was there. Kips was also with the team. I think the team needs experience, but they can have it on the coaching position.
Analyst and coaching position.
Yes. As a core of 5 players, this team can work because that means that as a team of 5, mas mabilis yung coordination nila, mas mabilis yung reaction nila, because now it's just 5 players communicating solidly. It's the alliance argument. Diba? It's the alliance argument. Bakit sila palaging Swedish players lang nung kapanahonan ni Loda? Because they just wanted to be able to perform their strategies quickly as possible. Hindi na sila nag-iisip. Minsan kapag masyado kang nag-iisip, nagkakaroon ka ng mga problema eh. And that was the downside of having 1437. Again, I'm not saying that hindi ko sinasabing si 1437 is a bad player. Not at all. He's a very smart player. Pero makikita mo in the games when TNC started falling off, you can see the disconnect between the team and him. May isang magandang tinuro si 1437 sa TNC na team na to. And if you look at their replays, it's that deep warding style. Si 1437, usually alone, on Rubik or whatever, would go and put a deep ward on the Radiant side jungle para makita niya kung saan nagpa-farm yung mga core ng kalaban. Kasi, ang idea nila, sa laning stage pa lang, bubugbugin na ni teams. So, kailangan nila mag-play defensively. Lalagyan ni 1437 ng ward doon para mahanap nila and then ma-pressure nila further para lalong mag-collapse yung team. The problem was that later into their career, once other teams started to catch on na yung pala yung ginagawa nila, palagi nang namamatay si 1437. And that sort of miscommunication na parang di mo na kailangan gawin yon, iba na yung gawin natin, it's exacerbated by the fact na they're not a full Filipino squad. Nahihirapan sila kasi sa kanya, tama yung ginagawang ganito, ganyan. So again, maybe totoo. Maybe for a TI run, they will not do better than without 1437. But I will argue that without 1437, they've learned enough and maybe they just need an analyst ngayon or a coach just to, as a sixth person, trying to guide the team. And meanwhile, yung 5 nila, mag-focus na lang sila to what they can do really well, which is kill other people. That's the TNC style that made them loved ng mga tao. That's the TNC style that beat out OG. They had Demon for that.
The
Natuto sila doon. Run and gun na style. Fake back. Balik na sila ng Clash. When they had 1437, only 1437, they started doing more conservative approaches. All of the farm to Raven. Tapos split push muna si Kuku. Doon sila nagsimula dahil kay 1437. Nung nandun si Kips, lang, run and gun din sila at Kiev. Diba? They only lost to Faceless, which was their natural counter. Pero nakita naman natin nung group stages, nung Swiss stages ng Kiev, very impressive naman yung takbo ng TNC. And that was with a full 5, with a very competent analyst and coach. And they were still able to make a good run. So I think it's that. 1437, I believe it. Malaki yung inambag niya. Can TNC make a deep run? I also believe it. Without 1437, kaya nila. Will 1437 be a coach? Sure. Pwede yan. Pero itong team na to naniniwala akong kaya nila.
So with that on mind, I won't be giving you time to debate already given
bakit?
we are already out of time. Okay? So the main point ng ating topic for this moment.
Nagulat si Ren, no? Parang may nararamdaman si Ren.
May 15 minutes pa ako nasabihin eh.
Pero may nararamdaman si Ren.
So we can agree to that concept that 1437, not only 1437 but also Kips and Demon, maraming natutunan yung TNC with them. So and with regards to the question na can they perform better without 1437, that's the hanging question because achievement will speak for itself.
Yun din, tama din. I think at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding.
So
we
will have PGL Bucharest, we will have the DAC, wherein TNC is there.
Yes.
And that's already with Armel and Kuko on the 5th position. Ang tanong, yung resulta ba ng tournaments na yun ay yung ina-expect natin or makikita natin din yung pagkawala ng 1437 with the team?
I think ang biggest step, dagdag ko lang in the right direction.
Yeah,
is,
no
as
problem.
Pao said, yung inawalan sila lang ngayon ng statistician and coach. Actually, yung TA7 wala silang coach eh. Kios was a stats person. Kaya lang ang concern niya at that time is meron na silang overlap somehow ng skill set ni 1437. Because 147 was doing that to other teams before kung yan as a secret. He was providing the stats and then strategies, which was what Kips was doing. So when Kips exited niya TNC, yun nga yung kanilang naramdaman na nabawasan yung role niya because specifically of that. Wala namang bad blood.
Oh, yeah.
But basically, yun nga, pareho sila ng ginagawa. So if they can find someone who can fill that gap, because right now it's a very glaring gap sa kanila ngayon na kailangan nila i-fill up.
Obviously, yeah.
So if they can do that, that's definitely a step in the right direction.
So with that in mind, and again, achievement will speak for itself. We'll be looking forward for TNC sa upcoming PGL bukas, which will happen on March 4.
Next week.
Next week na. And then also the DAC.
End of the month.
After ng 2 weeks, actually in 2 weeks, may GSC pa rin yun, tsaka DreamHack. Pero though they won't be there, Fnatic will be there, yung DreamHack at tsaka ng GSC. After nun, may DAC tayo, nandun ulit yung TNC alongside Mineski for Southeast Asia. And we'll see yung performance ng TNC doon. And from there, maybe we can talk again here after the DAC with the same topic.
I mean, 2 times a week tayo nito.
Okay?
Walang
Okay, so with that on mind, ayun yung aming points. Let us see your opinions there. Just comment into the comment section sa YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, and we'll be looking forward. And next topic natin, our last topic for today. Okay? Can an all-Filipino team do well in the global stage? Pero ops, let me break you on that, guys. We'll answer that after a short commercial. Stay there. We'll be right back.